Wilson settling in a pocket. Throws deep down the far sideline. It is caught by Alijah Vera. Zach Wilson.
His arm is special.
And what a throw from Zach Wilson.
Alijah Vera-Tucker up the field and on a mission. Alijah Moore. He bends it back inside. And on this touchdown from Alijah Moore.
Michael Carter. Are you kidding me? A house call. That's Michael Carter.
And took him down. It was Sherwood. Michael Carter on the interception. This way. And it's intercepted. Hamsah Nasirildeen. Ball comes out, and Kentucky's got it. Jonathan Marshall.
It is almost football time, and Jet season ticket holders, we cannot wait to welcome you back to MetLife Stadium this year. As we have been told, we're going to have you back in the stadium. Bob Wischusen and Bart Scott here.
Wow,
one of the more fun things off season.
Where's my camera? Where's my?
I think you got it right there.
Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, professional TV. It's good to have him here. Look, the 2021 draft class, we have assembled them all, and Jet season ticket holders have submitted questions. Video-wise, we'll read some of your questions to the guys, but it's your opportunity to get to know these players a little bit better and a behind-the-scenes peek at what they're like. You certainly deserve it because we've all been through a lot. So with that being said, before we meet the players officially, how about you run them down?
Well, I'll tell you what, shall we? I mean, because we came in and we kind of had a great B-roll with all these guys and what they're capable of doing and all their highlights. But the second overall pick, Zach Wilson, I think he goes without being said. Alijah Vera-Tucker, Elijah Moore, Michael Carter. Remember that name, Michael Carter. Jamien Sherwood. And again, Michael Carter, but not Michael Carter, Michael Carter II.
That's right.
Jason Pinnock, who is a Revis fan from Pitt, and he says he studied him immensely. Way to play to the crowd. He understands his audience. Hamsah Nasirildeen, way to go. That's what happened.
A couple of Florida State
you're able to phone a friend.
Yes.
You know, you always see to phone a friend.
With that
you got Brandin Echols and Jonathan Marshall. I'm excited about this class. I know everybody out there in Jets world is excited about this class as all these guys tune in. Looks like they're live from the app because guess what? I stayed there too. So I'm accustomed to doing those pre-made pictures in the back. How you guys doing, fellas? Welcome.
Good. Doing good.
All right, so we have our first group, Michael Carter II, Brandin Echols, Jason Pinnock, and Jonathan Marshall. So, guys, you know what? We'll jump right to it. We have a video question to start things off from Chris and Emmett in section 123.
What was your favorite memory during the NFL draft process?
Let's go, Jets.
All right, so favorite memory of the whole process of the Jets drafting you. And Michael Carter II, how about we start with you?
Yeah, I think my favorite memory would have to be, in this whole process, and then, just begin that call, and finally hearing that, I was going to be a Jet, and that made my whole, day and just, just a culmination of everything that I've been working hard towards has finally, come true. And so I was really happy to hear that. And I think that's probably the best moment as far as the whole draft process.
Yeah, I bet it must be amazing to get that call. Brandin, how about you? Your favorite, experience as you went through the process of the draft and specifically with the Jets?
I would say my favorite experience would be being able to be around my loved ones.
Oh, having a tough time hearing Brandin. You know what, Brandin, we're going to come back to you. Hopefully we'll get a better connection with him. Jason, how about you? What was your favorite experience with the Jets getting drafted?
Hate to be repetitive, but probably what Mike said. Definitely the call. I mean, you can see the passion on my draft day video. That was a dream come true. Jets fan growing up. Probably the alum from my school was my idol. So to be able to be here and step and follow in his footsteps was amazing for me.
Well, for all the peoples out there, Jason, they don't know who that is. You're mentioning Darrelle Revis. That's big shoes to fill. You say you study him immensely. What was it about his game and breakdown did you appreciate, and what are you trying to implement into your game?
Just in the small talks that I had with him, I had about maybe 2. I went to his camp. I think it was 2018. I played with his cousin, Jordan Whitehead. He's over at the Bucs now. And I mean, I wouldn't say I implement things from his game, but I said how his mindset, his approach with the game.
All right, well, cool. Well, he was a teammate of mine, and what he always did, he always stayed patient at the line of scrimmage. He never got to let anybody get him rattled and get his feet off. He always watched the core. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's good for him to watch, man. Good to hear.
We had another question from Jacqueline in section 228B. And I think this is a text question we're going to put up at the bottom of the screen. She wants to know, what are you looking most forward to about being a Jet? And welcome to the team. So Jonathan Marshall, how about we start it off with you?
Me, what I'm looking forward to is I would say coming in, doing the best I can do to help this team, to be the best we could be. And that's right.
I'll tell you what, I see you're a man of many words. I've been there before, right? I understand. When you talk about, coming into what have you, envisioned? Because, most athletes are big on visualization. What have you imagined what that first opening day was going to be like? And how do you think you're going to handle your emotions coming out that stadium, understanding that this is like a culmination of all your dreams from your childhood at once? Because preseason doesn't get it. When you officially made the squad and it's game one and they count for real, how do you think those emotions are going to be?
To be honest, I think it's going to be too unreal. This is coming out of the small town of Shepherd. Not many people get the opportunity that I have. So I can say it's going to be a huge honor to do that, to come out of there.
Well, you're coming out of the right conference. I actually had one of your games this year, and you made some plays. So I was really happy when I heard the Jets call your name. I thought they got a steal late in this draft. I think we got a better connection with Brandin Echols now. So, Brandin, how about that question for you? I mean, just generally speaking, what you're looking forward most to about being a Jet and getting out there with these guys?
I would say I'm ready, I'm looking forward to, all the new relationships that I'm going to build with all my new teammates, and stepping out on the field with all of them, seeing the different atmosphere from college to the NFL, seeing how that is, and, and potentially making plays out on the field.
Well, that's actually leads us to our next question, which is great. So we'll get right to Ryan in section 144. Michael Carter, I'll go back to you. Brandin just kind of alluded to it, but how has the chemistry among the rookie class started out? Is this a group that already feels like it's clicking?
Yeah, I feel like, we definitely feel like one, cohesive unit and everybody's cool with each other and, realize we're all starting from humble beginnings now. And so doing what we can to help each other and then learning from the older guys as well and passing that knowledge throughout everybody as a group.
Yeah, you might be lying to us, though, because I can't imagine that you're real happy that there's another Michael Carter on the team. But more importantly, that one of you guys went to Duke and one of you guys went to Carolina. Like already, to me, there's multiple reasons for you guys not to like each other. So do you want to tell us if you actually do like each other, or like is there some good old-fashioned hate there that we're going to see in training camp?
No, I mean, I like Mike a lot, and we're teammates now, so there's no bad feelings or anything like that.
All right,
maybe in college or definitely around when that rivalry comes.
What about when the two teams play? What are we talking about? Somebody got to dress up in the alma mater's gear. What's up? What we talking about? Painting?
That's actually a good idea. We'll have to talk about that and see what happens whenever if his team loses or which his team will lose or play each other.
All right, you got a few questions on there for these
Absolutely.
guys?
It's going to pop up on my screen and all that.
Well, actually, I think the first one's a video question.
First one's a video question. I wanted to be able to pop up on the screen. I'm sorry. I'm always
throw to the video question.
Time.
You're a professional broadcaster.
Okay, let's go. Justin D in section 304 has a question.
Hey, Jets rookies. My question is, how are you preparing to endure the gauntlet of an NFL schedule? Is it more cardio, more workouts, increased rest, improving your diet? Thanks. Go Jets.
Pretty good one.
Yeah, it is.
Right? All right, let's start with Brandon, maybe. Brandon, what do you think you're going to have to do to be ready to play in the NFL as opposed just to playing college football?
I would most definitely have to, start watching more film, watching more film than I ever have done in the past. Physically wise, just getting extra time in after practice. Just working on, critical techniques that I can transfer over to the game.
Maybe, you might be able to tell these guys a little bit about that adjustment, right? Like what can they expect? What do you think a rookie needs to be able to be ready for as the jumping off point to get ready for the NFL that maybe college football didn't teach you?
Well, first of all, they got to be ready for all the smoke. When I say all the smoke, you got to understand you're dealing with grown men that are trying to pay their mortgage, their insurance, their house note. You got to understand that now you're a professional football player. You're not a collegiate football player that's a college athlete, a student athlete. And it's all about learning, right? Camp and OTAs, I'm sure these guys probably got tight hammies. They're trying to go out there, they're learning a new language. How quickly can you decipher the new language, whether on offense or defense, specifically on defense, being able to group certain coverages, certain schemes into one category so you don't have to learn 50 different defenses. You understand fire zone is a fire zone, a cover 3 is cover 3, cover 2, two-man, and you got to make sure that you can shrink the playbook for yourself, because what happens is young guys can play, but they can't play fast because they're thinking, and what happens is they miss all the information that's given to them that they've been experts at their entire life. Pre-snap awareness, understanding situations, down and distance. When you're learning something new and you're in an unfamiliar environment, all that goes out the window and you have to learn how to slow the game down again.
So Jason, what do you think about all that? I mean, when you think about where you were in college and now what Bart just said, adjusting to the NFL, what's that process you think it'll be like for you? Did we lose Jason?
Yeah, see, I just confused the hell out of him right now. He's like,
me, Jason, or did Jason freeze?
He's like cover 3, cover 2. You want to go to another question? We got a question from Kevin, section 325. Are they gonna put it up for me? Oh yeah. What New York City foods are you guys most excited to try, and how do you guys make sure that you don't mix up the Carters?
You want to start with Jonathan? Jonathan, how are you gonna make sure you don't mix up the Michael Carters?
Really just because one play defense, one play offense.
See, that's simple.
Right, so the one that plays offense is dead to you, he don't exist.
The one that play offense is Mike Carter, and the one that play defense is the six. So that's how I
see. I was always ready for the smoke, right? I was always ready for the smoke. So I would call the one on offense, I would call him Michelle, because you know what I'm saying. You got to have that mentality that you're gonna dominate him in camp, and then you call the one on your side Michael. You know what I'm saying? But don't try that one. That could start a fight. I don't want no smoke in the locker room.
Jonathan, you're the big guy though here, and you said you're from a small town. So now you're gonna go into New York City and eat something for the first time. What do you want to try? That was the question too.
To be honest, I really don't know yet. I guess I'm gonna have to try like some pizza or something from here.
Well, I'll give you some recommendations, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to be responsible for getting your body fat up, though. You know what I mean? So I'll give you some recommendations, but don't tell them you got it from me.
What do you think?
All right.
What do you think, Jason? Can we get you back?
Yeah, I think you guys got me back. I lost you.
Go for it. What do you think?
But,
What do you think about food in New York City, and also, make sure you don't mix up those Michael Carters?
So I'm from Connecticut, so not very new to me. But just to say, we do have the best pizza though. Connecticut's pizza is way better. But I mean, it's easy for me. MC he's in my same room as me, so it's very easy to decipher the two. Both funny guys, but that's pretty easy for me. I see MC every day. I'm with him in and out all these meetings. But yeah.
No doubt.
There you go. Looks like another video question.
Another video question? Where we at? All right. We got this question is from Jody and Rebecca from section 220A. Roll the bean.
Hi, my name is Jody, and this is Rebecca. My mom was a diehard Jets fan. I was born into a Jets family. So my question for the incoming rookie class is, what do you think will be your biggest hurdle transitioning from playing college football to playing in the NFL? Wish you guys the best of luck, and go Jets.
All right, we talked a little bit about this, right?
Yeah.
And the biggest transition, but Jason, we lost you before, so maybe we can tee you up on that one since we were going to ask you that question. The biggest hurdle you think you have to overcome to now playing in the NFL?
Yeah, well, kind of to resort back to your question before, I would say just terminology. Like he said, football is football. Cover 3 is cover 3, fire zone is fire zone, cover 2 is 2, but it's about terminology, getting on that same basis, with the dictation with your linebackers, your safeties, your D linemen, being able to communicate efficiently. That's probably the biggest thing.
Hey, Brandon, what do you think along those same lines?
Yeah, I would have to agree with Jason on just the different terminology there is out there for the game, and most definitely the game speed and, the different competition that you'll be facing every week.
All right, I think we have time to squeeze in Michael Carter's response to that one, too. What do you think, Mike?
I agree with all three of those guys. I mean, all two of those guys, with their responses as far as the language and being on the same page as far as, how we talk about football and watch film and things like that. And then just get used to the game speed and knowing, the guy across from you, he's here for a reason too. So, everybody's good.
All right, fellas. Well, we really appreciate the time. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. And, good luck as we head towards training camp. Can't wait to see you guys on the field.
And Jason, I'm going to tell them to move you to the other side of the app, man, so you can get the better internet service. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what side of the building you're on, bro. I got you.
Appreciate it. I need it.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. That is group one of this Jets rookie class. And some good personalities.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? We got men of many words, right? When you talk about some of these guys, man, I mean, this is a new situation for them. They're so locked in right now because they're only concerned with making a team and getting better every day. So having to understand that as a professional, you have different obligations that maybe you didn't have in college to be able to do things like this because you understand the business of football as well as the game of football. And this is what they're getting the education that every single one of those players are their own exact brand, right? They're the CEO of U Inc. and you have your teammates, but you have your brand and you're building that one interview at a time, one encounter at a time. And, this is where it gets real, right? And finally, they don't have to worry about tests or anything like that.
Right.
All they have to worry about is being a professional football player and being the best version of themselves.
You were undrafted, though.
Yeah.
So you didn't come in with the immediate
I wouldn't have been on this call.
You don't have a general manager out there that was invested in making sure you made the team to prove himself right.
Right.
So you had to prove yourself from day one. When do you feel, maybe it was even as a rookie in training camp, when did you feel like, all right, I belong? I know I can do this. I just got to make sure they know it.
I was ready for all the smoke, right? So I knew it after my first practice when I went out there and I checked this guy and it was like, okay, because Ray Lewis and Peter Boulware was holding out for contract extensions. So, went in there. I look up and they just threw me out there. And I'm checking this guy and I get a one-handed interception because I played safety and I run it back. And everybody's looking at me like they saw a ghost. I had no idea who Ty Heap was, right? I didn't know who he was. He was a first-round draft pick, and they brought him in to replace Shannon Sharp. He was the guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And that's the thing, right? If you come in here, and there's a lot of guys that are going to be offended by the fact that they weren't on this call. right? And you have to learn how to internalize everything that's negative or you perceive as negative and use it as motivation and fuel to say, hey, there might be wanting to speak to these 10 players now that were drafted, but one day they won't call my name. One day they're going to be wishing that, hey, how did we miss this guy?
Right.
And that was my driving motivation.
Do you think it was good that you didn't know who some of these guys were, that you just kind of came in and you didn't know reputations? You just, from day one, were like, I'm just going to go ball?
You know what? I've always been an equal opportunist butt kicker. So it didn't really matter. Unless they were, I knew who Ray Lewis was. I knew who Jonathan Ogden was.
Right.
But outside of that, there was nobody to know. And that's what these players are going to have to do. They're going to have to realize that right now, even though they're teammates, they're also opponents.
It's true.
Because at the end of the day,
it's a weird dynamic. You're right.
At the end of the day, there can only be 53.
It's true.
And right now it's 90, so get your mind right.
We have our next group of three, and three guys that I know the Jets have very, very high hopes for. So we're going to welcome in Michael Carter, the offensive Michael Carter, along with Elijah
he would say the real Michael Carter. That's what he would say.
And Hamsah Nasirildeen, all joining us here. Guys, thanks so much for doing this. We appreciate it.
You know, it's only right that we have a Florida State guy here, not a Cromartie, right?
That's right. Elijah's going to represent the ACC. We got a little SEC, I should say. We got ACC flavor though. We got 2-on-1, 2 ACC and 1 SEC with this group right now. So, guys, we are going to get right to these questions because the fans really want to learn a little bit more about you guys. So we're going to start things off with a video question from David in section 245A.
Rookies, welcome to Jets Nation. Who inspires you to start playing football?
All right, so your biggest football influence, maybe Elijah Moore. We can start with you. Thanks for doing this, and take us back to who it was that inspired you and your football career.
Oh man, if you want me to be completely honest, man, I really didn't even like football growing up. I had my older brother, man, Sean. He really got me into it. I really love basketball. I was in love with the movie like Mike with Bow Wow. And I don't know, I just love basketball. But then one day he used to tell me to go outside and try to shake him. And I guess I was good at it, so I just started playing. And I never stopped since.
At what point did you break up with basketball? You say you realized that, hey, maybe I won't be 6'6". At what point were you like, man, you know what? Was it a long goodbye? Was it hard?
Oh, definitely, man. I was an outside kid, man. I love sports, but when I figured out I wasn't gonna be 6'7", I knew I had to shake back and turn into something that I knew was, a little more hopeful for me.
No doubt.
Well, I think you made the right choice. So welcome to the Jets. Good career choice.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Michael Carter. We dealt with the other Michael Carter in the previous group. He swears that there's not going to be any Duke UNC hate. I'm not sure I believe it. I've been to both schools, but you can tell us whether or not you can coexist with Duke Michael Carter. You'd be able to make it on the same team with him if you guys both stick around?
Yeah, definitely can. I feel like there's no bad blood.
All right, good.
What about game week, though? What about game week? North Carolina football versus Duke football. What are we talking about then?
Oh no, man. I closed the yearbook, so I moved on. So.
We turn the page quick.
All right, man. Hey, give us your biggest football influence. Who do you think really got you started towards where you're at right now in your football career?
To be honest, probably my dad. My dad, he never made me play football or anything like that. It was just something that I always wanted to do. And to be honest, I got a kind of a similar story. Like I played football. I started playing when I was 4. And I wanted to quit because the helmet hurt so bad. but I stuck it out, and I've been playing ever since, so it's crazy.
I got a follow-up for Mike. Mike, I want to ask you, how excited were you when you got drafted by the Jets, understanding that they're going to have that San Francisco one-cut, Denver Broncos one-cut running offense that have produced so many 1,000-yard rushers, throughout the history of the game?
Yeah, I was beyond excited. I mean, you go back to Terrell Davis and all those backs in San Francisco, Alfred Morris, Freeman, Tico, all them guys have had success in the offense. And so I'm excited. I look forward to being the next one.
Well, I called North Carolina, Virginia Tech this year for ESPN. And I think you and Javonte both ran for like 712 yards apiece in that game. So that was a fun one to call.
Did he need a halftime
oh my God.
IV? Do you have to get an IV to get charged back up?
Let me tell you something. It was, if it was two-hand touch, those guys would have been down. I mean, they were
hamstring helper,
blurs out there. So it was a lot of fun. All right, Hamsah, your turn. Who's your biggest football influence that's led you to the point now that you're a New York Jet?
I got to say my dad for sure, just because, he was the person that exposed me to football and let me play the game first. And ever since then, I loved it. So my dad.
Man, who's your idol coming from Florida State? I mean, Florida State is a historic program. I played with Deion, even though, listen, I'm not that old, man. I played with Deion, but he was old. I wasn't old. So I played with Deion. I played with Cromartie. You think about Derrick Brooks. What is it like to be able to say, hey, I'm a Florida State alumni?
It's a great feeling. It's a place that, guys don't want to admit it, but I feel like everybody wants to be at Florida State. That's just a place where everybody wants to be. So to be able to say I was there and, had that experience and just learned everything that I did while I was there, it was great.
Hamsah, it's funny. I'm sitting next to Bart, and it's a little eerie. You remind me a little bit of him, where he went to Baltimore as a safety and then became a linebacker. But we got you up here listed as Hamsah Nasirildeen, the linebacker, but you look maybe a little bit more like a guy that could play safety. So, describe your skill set and what you think the Jets saw in you and where you think you're going to end up as an NFL player.
Well, I feel like the Jets see me as a linebacker because when I walked into the linebacker room, one of the first things I seen on the wall was run and hit, and I feel like that's pretty much how you can describe my game. So I feel like they just seen that film, just me running and hitting, and thought I fit in perfect.
Well, with that being said, the game is like basketball, is moving to positionless players, and you spend more time in sub packages and big dime and things of that sort. Understanding that this system may potentially be built in the same vein as those great Seattle defenses, and talk about the guy Cam Chancellor in Legion of Boom. Is that kind of how you hope that you're used, or envision yourself being used as kind of that insert safety / linebacker, dime linebacker, being able to sit in the curl flats or the seam flats?
For sure, definitely just coming down underneath, trying to bring that physicality. Cam Chancellor is a great example. That's one of the guys I want to be like right there. So yes, sir.
Now, I hope you get ready for a couple FedExes, man, because you're gonna have to get that fine pool going on. I think they find a little bit more. They can't get away with what Cam got away with. So get ready.
All right, we have another question. This one from Al in section 128, and this is a good one. That phone call from the Jets. What was it like? And Elijah, I'm really interested to hear what your story is when the phone rang, and it was the Jets. And look, a lot of people in the world of sports will be thrilled to be a second-round pick. I heard you had a little chip on your shoulder, though. You were told you might be going in the first round. So first round comes and goes, you're not there, but then the phone rings very early the next day, and it's the Jets. What was that like?
Man, it was really just unreal. I really wasn't expecting it at all. But I guess, that's just the stories in the past. It always goes like that. But I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of hurt that first day, but only because there was a chance that I could have gone. But I feel like I'm at the best spot, I've ever could have been at. I feel like I'm in a great spot. My family's from here. I got great coaches. I got great teammates. So I feel like it was the best thing that ever happened. I don't never question God.
Well, here's the great news. If you're going to be drafted late in the first round, it's better to be in the second round, because guess what? You're going to be a free agent 1 year early. They're going to have to put extra cheese on your taco. Don't even worry about it. You'll get to the money soon, baby. Don't even worry about it.
Can the guy start his career before you already got him on his second contract?
I'm just trying to show him how to get the cheese to his taco.
I know that, but he just barely got started with the Jets.
But he wants some cheese and some guacamole on his taco when it's time to get that money. He's going to get there a year earlier. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Just Elijah, just so you know, 2% to Bart and whatever percentage to your agent, but he already has you out of here.
Get that money, baby.
No, I want to re-sign him fast. All right, Michael Carter, when you got that call from the Jets, what was it like?
Yeah, I was excited. It was the perfect situation. I had kind of been telling people for like 2 or 3 weeks before that I was going to go to the Jets without even really knowing. So you ask anybody that was close to me, I told you that. Well, I told them that I want to go to the Jets, and that's my number one spot. So it was just a dream come true.
Now, when you think about the devaluing of the running back position, and it seems like some of the best players in the game has been taken in the later rounds. Like when you look at some of the guys that were taken ahead of you, like what type of chip do you have on your shoulder so that you can have that conversation 2-3 years from now to say that everybody that passed on you picked wrong?
Yeah, for me, I feel like it's about my family and the close ones, like my loved ones around me. They believe in me, so I play for them. I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's my motivation. My motivation is the guys that was in front of me, that got drafted in front of me. I don't wake up every morning hating on them, hope they don't have any success. Like I wake up every single morning and I thank God. So my family is my motivation, and the chip on my shoulder is just being able to help provide for them.
I ain't gonna ask you to say it, but can you remember the who and what were taken before you? You ain't got to say it, but just blink 2 times, and that let me know. Oh yeah,
That's perfect. All right, Hamsah, your turn. Jet phone call. What was it like?
Honestly, I say I was just hopeful in myself. I was expecting to go earlier, so when day 3 came, I was really just like, man, I'm just waiting at this point. And when they called, it was like a rock, like somebody picked the weight up off my shoulders, and I was just like, the feeling was unreal. It was everything I expected it to be. It was just an unreal feeling. I was happy, just so grateful for opportunity. And now I'm just ready to go out there and ball. So, yeah.
Who have you reached out from to, that's in the league that comes from your alma mater to kind of get an idea about what the game is and what to expect, especially from the linebacker position, being that you might be changing positions?
As far as linebacker, I wouldn't say nobody. I definitely talked to Durham, just especially after the draft, just congratulations and stuff. Asked him how to be, but I really just been trying to pick up from the guys that's around me in the locker room, guys like CJ and JD, and just been trying to pick up the game from guys on my team, kind of build that connection, build that relationship.
No doubt.
Nice. All right, you got another season ticket holder question?
I got a season ticket holder. Yeah, this comes from Julio in section 128. Very popular name in football circles right now, Julio. What's the most exciting part of being on a team, and what opinion do you have of the Jets training facility?
All right, Elijah, we're going to start with you. I know, I've been to a lot of college football facilities. There's some bling in some college football facilities because they want you guys, when you're on the recruiting trail, to be impressed.
Yeah.
What'd you think when you walked into the Atlantic Health Jets Training Center for the first time and got a load of this place?
It's beautiful. Glass windows, just everything, the whole thing, man. I was on the phone with a couple of my, former teammates and kind of just showing them around. And it was like, wow, like, I know you would love to come to practice and be at the facility. We're here all day, so it's just it's something great to have a nice looking place because we're gonna be here all day. So
just understand, guys, not all training facilities are created equal. Listen, you gonna call some of your boys, you're like, man, we got a broken hot tub, we got Mercer going around, smell like a Motel 6. There's some place you don't want to go, trust me. Ain't gonna name no names, Cleveland. Ain't gonna name no names, Cleveland.
We got Mercer going around?
Cleveland had 8 people that got Mercer, man. It smelled like a Motel 6. Like it was like a flood that they always would put Febreze on a wet carpet.
That's terrible. We got Mercer going around. All right, you know what, Michael? I know at UNC they just built a new place, right? But how does the Jets training facility compare to where you were at North Carolina?
Yeah, I think it's like Elijah said. They got the tall windows, beautiful place. The grass is unbelievable. Well, in college, a lot of us play on turf, so just playing on that grass, it feels good again. So the meeting rooms are nice. They're big. They give us anything we need, and it's just the top of the league spot. I think when you look across the league, we got one of the nicest training facilities.
Hey, Mike, I got a question for you. Bojangles or Popeyes? Very important question.
Low key, I think Popeyes is better, but Bojangles is good though. My dad like Bojangles because he's from South Carolina, but like.
Got you. I always call it the southern version of Church's Chicken.
Say it again?
I think it's the southern version of Church's Chicken.
Yeah, right.
All right, we got another question. How about the next one on the list? Top of the next page.
Oh, man, okay. Well, we got Jonathan. if you guys weren't an NFL player, what other career would you guys consider?
It's an interesting one. How about Hamsah? We start off with you. If football wasn't your chosen profession, we're trying to get to know you a little bit better. You as a person, what do you think you would be doing with your life?
I feel like if I wasn't playing football, this probably sounds crazy, but I just believe I'd be in the NBA.
Spoken like it too. Like all football players think they should be in the NBA. All basketball players think they tough enough to play football, man. It's a paradigm, right?
What about you, Elijah?
I probably would have ran track, man. I feel like as much time as I put in the football, and I was putting in the football, if we would have put that in any other sport, it would have been just the same. So,
hey, did you watch that race? I forget. Was it Ruggs and all those guys put together? Would you ever enter one of those for some money?
Yeah, for sure.
So who you got? Who should you have to replace in that race? It was Hardman. It was Hardman, I believe, Devin White, and I believe Henry Ruggs. Who would you replace? Who definitely you can beat?
I think it was more than that. It was Devin White, and you got to add Justin Jefferson in there. But man, I don't know. Hardman went 4-2-2, so I don't know about that one. But
it's different. It's different when you side by side. It's different when you side by side. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As you can see, I'm trying to work on a side race. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, I'm just trying to set something up.
Yeah, I already know. But I'm a competitor though. Whatever it is, I know I feel like I'm looking out, with a W.
What kind of a head start would you think you'd be willing to give Bart and still be confident?
Hey, man, that's disrespectful, man. That's disrespectful, man.
Smooth little 10, 20.
Come on, first. So just so you understand this, Elijah. This is a 4-5-1 right here, homeboy. Don't think. Now listen, I understand that.
Not yesterday.
I understand that my timing belt is off. My engine is bad. I got a bad carburetor. But at one time, I used to be fast.
4-5-1 ain't gonna cut it.
All right, we got another question.
I'm 240.
Let's dial up Meredith in section 224A. Again, trying to get to know you guys a little bit better. So outside of work, outside of football, what do you guys like to do in your free time? So Michael Carter, why don't we start off with you? What does Michael Carter do when he's away from football?
I don't really do too much. I just chill. I like to hang out with the friends and family. Just enjoy the off time that we get because we don't get that much.
That's true.
Bro, you in New York, man. You got to pick up some hobbies, man.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to figure some out.
It's a lot to do, man. You can sip, wine, and paint. Go to the race car track, go-kart track.
Yoga. All right. Hamsah, what about
Namaste.
I feel like Mike said, it's not really about what I like to do. It's more I like to be around people that I enjoy to spend my time with. And I'll do anything at that point, whether it be get some food, listening to music, watching TV, movies, playing a game. I really like to be around people that I enjoy.
Anybody MCs?
Say it again?
Anybody spit? Anybody rap? Anybody rap?
No. Anybody rap?
Yeah. No rappers? No MCs?
You saying like that I hang around, or you talking about that I like to listen to?
I'm talking about anybody rap, so you spit. Because, remember, Le'Veon Bell was a Jet. And he made an album, Life's a Gamble. It went straight on discount, went on sale quick, but he still spit. Can any of y'all spit?
I got some, but nothing for the public right now, nothing for free. So, but I always got something like that.
You got some? Because I'm friends with Jada, Meth, and Rue, man. We can do something, man. I want to see you put something on wax then.
All right, I'm gonna do it in the off season, next off season. Once I get my feet wet.
Elijah, what about you? You want to do a record deal with Bart?
Man, I'm gonna just stick to what I know, man. I don't do nothing.
Hey, just so y'all know, I'm the connect, man. Whatever y'all need, I'm the connect.
All right.
I think we have another video question from Josephine in section 123.
Hello, my name is Josephine, and my dad has been a Jets season ticket holder since they played in Giant Stadium, and a Jets fan for as long as he can remember. His favorite all-time Jets are Al Toon, Freeman McNeil, Nick Mangold, and James Hasty. My favorite Jet is Zach Wilson, and I actually play in a basketball clinic with two of Coach Salah's sons. How cool is that? My question for Jamien Sherwood and Hamsah Nasirildeen. What do you think will be the biggest challenge with adapting to the NFL and to a new position? Thank you, and Jets, 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 Jets.
Ready. Hyped up. Man, she was ready. All right, well, Jamien apparently was one of the guys that was asked this question, so he'll be in our next group. We'll ask him the question coming up next. But, Hamsah, that question I think was directed to you. New position, what's it going to be like making that adjustment in the NFL?
I feel like the part of my game that I'm the best at is going to translate well to linebacker. But I feel like as far as something I got to get used to in the transition, I say just being closer to the line of scrimmage, just everything happening faster. It's less time to read and react because of the fact that I'm closer and tighter to the line of scrimmage, and just gotta just handling blocks. Dealing with more linemen now that there's going to be times where it's going to be more times that the line is actually counting me in the fit instead of just leaving me on free to make the play. So that's really what I say, just being closer and countering blocks and avoiding blocks.
Well, you know what? Being a former linebacker, being a safety in college and playing linebacker is just understanding the linebacker's picture. Guard to opposite guard to running back. Understanding what's taking place in front of you so you don't freeze up and get hit in your chest. Right. You always accounted for. Just understand that. You ain't never free. Somebody coming to get you. You just don't know where the hell they're coming from.
I got it.
Hey, guys, thanks a million for the time. We really appreciate it. And I think that season ticket holders that were on this event really enjoyed getting a chance to know you guys a little bit better. So we can't wait to see you out there on the field. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, thanks. This has been a good group so far.
Yeah,
There's a lot of personality.
Najir, I'm going to get him an album deal. You know what I'm saying? Die line.
So far, you're doing multiple album deals. You already got Elijah Moore on his second contract. The guy hadn't even played a game yet.
Well, I'm setting up a race, too. Setting up a race. You know what I mean? Listen, right now with
the wheels are always turning in Bart Scott's world.
Right now with the verses and all that stuff going on, like, you got Logan Paul fight. We can make some money off of the field. You know what I'm saying? I just need my percentage. May cost them a little, may cost them a lot, but it's going to cost them.
There are going to be some names that you'll be very familiar with in the next group, including the new Jet quarterback. So Zach Wilson is on deck, so we're going to talk to him coming up in a couple of minutes. But, when you think back to what your experience was like when you first came into the NFL, what do you think is the fastest lesson that these guys need to learn now that they're playing football as their profession?
Well, what they need to learn is that everybody makes mistakes, right? But the great ones don't make the same mistake over and over again. That's why veterans become veterans, because they learn from their mistakes and they learn from other people's mistakes. And what happens is they're able to learn from other people's experiences. So everybody's going to get out there in camp. They're going to mess up a coverage. They're going to miss a call. They're going to not see something. But the good ones and the great ones never make that same mistake, and they learn from it. So you can make those mistakes in practice all day, and you have to dare to be great every day. Practice is about pushing your limits. You can't be afraid to how people would look if I don't make a play or if I go for an interception and I miss it because I'm being aggressive. Practice is about taking risk. In the game, you do what's proper, right? If it's a game on the line and you're not sure you can get an interception, you make sure you secure the tackle, you put the arm over. But practice is about pushing yourself to your limitations. And, as you ever went to a gym and you see a guy that lifts the same thing, and when he finishes the set, he puts the weight up? Well, that's a guy that's living safe, because I'm the type of guy that you see over there trying to scoot and get it up like, oh, man, it's going to get stuck on my chest, because I want to get everything out of it, right? So you can't be afraid to fail, right? You cannot be afraid to fail, and you have to always be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Well, we are still going to hear from Jamien Sherwood, as I said, in this next group, and also Alijah Vera-Tucker, who I was really impressed. And I don't know if you mentioned this during your draft coverage. I know you were on ESPN Radio covering it, but I like the fact that the Jets went into the draft with a very clear game plan, saw a guy they wanted, and used some of their draft capital to go up and get the guy that they wanted. And, having a guy like that on the left side of the line next to Mekhi Becton for the next decade, I mean, I just know from being around this team a long time, the last time they drafted a couple of offensive linemen in the first round,
it worked out.
That then became the foundation for a really good team for a long time.
And here's the thing, right? At the time when they moved up to get Vera-Tucker, it was other good players that I had rated on my board that was good. So for them to say, you know what, not only do we want him and we're going to move up again, we're going to give up future equity. We're going to give up draft capital to get him.
Right.
That means that he was the one. And, you know, a lot of these players here may have fell to the Jets and they say, okay, this guy's here. He's number one on my board. They went into this draft saying, hey, we want this guy and we're getting him. Just like they knew that they wanted Zach Wilson, they knew that they wanted him and they were going to do anything they could to go get him. And that means that says a lot to his versatility. That says a lot to his makeup, his mentality. And you think about building a bully. You talk about all gas, no brakes, moving them to the left side. That's a dominant side, left side, strong side. And it forces the right side to say, you know what, I'm not going to be outdone by you guys. And it raises the game of everybody.
Right. You want to welcome this next group in because the guy you were just talking about, the quarterback, and also Jamien Sherwood, they're all
Absolutely.
set to go. Bring them up.
We got Jamien Sherwood. We got Alijah, spelled with an A, Vera-Tucker. And Zach, I need a buddy pass on JetBlue Wilson. Welcome, guys.
How you doing?
Maintaining Kuda
What's going on?
What's up, fellas? You got the first question.
Oh, I got the first question.
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead.
Without any further ado, the first question is actually from section 115A, and it's a video question. Here we go, from Alan.
Gentlemen, I want to let you know how much the Jet fan base is excited with this year's draft class. We are thrilled. We're thrilled you're here, and we're appreciative that you're spending a little time with us tonight to let us get to know you a little bit better. I have two questions for you. First, what went through your mind when you heard your name called out at the draft and first learned that you were going to be a Jet? Second, now that you've had a little bit of a chance to get to know the Jets and its fan base, I want to know what your thoughts are, what you think will be going through your mind the first time you hear that Jets, 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 Jets chant rumbling through the stadium on the first home game. A lot of pent-up emotion from an awful lot of fans that are just going to be cutting loose, and I think it's going to be epic. I'd like to know what you think is going to be going through your mind and your heart when you hear it.
Good question. How about we start with Alijah Vera-Tucker, who, you know, the offensive linemen don't get much love. So let's start giving love right at the jump to the offensive linemen. What was it like when you found out, Alijah, that the Jets had come up to get you and that you were a New York Jet?
Yeah, so obviously I was just with my family, you know, enjoying the draft night. And, you know, I seen the Vikings were on the board. You know, really I was going to go there. And then all of a sudden, you know, I get a call from New Jersey. And you know, I found out it was, you know, Joe Jets. And just in that moment, it was so surreal, man. I was so happy. As you can see, my family was really happy as well. It was just crazy thing. I was going to go all the way to New Jersey and play for a family, you know, that loves this team and loves what, you know, kind of doing this office now. And then, yeah, so that was crazy. Then second, I guess to answer your second question, when I hear that, when I see the fans in MetLife Stadium and, you know, when I hear that Jets, Jets, that's going to be crazy feeling because I know how the fans are. I know they love the game. I know they love this team. And, you know, they're just passionate about it, and that's going to make me even more passionate about it out there on the field and just, you know, doing what I've been.
Alijah, this is a organization in a city that really appreciates their offensive linemen. They have Alan Faneca, who was part of Ground and Pound when I was here, that's going to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame. You have Nick Mangold. You also have the Brickenshaw Ferguson. The fact that they decided to move up for you and had you identified as somebody that they need, how excited are you about playing on the left side with a massive man in Becton? And also the fact that the first times you guys are going to play and you're going to hear that Jets, Jets, is going to be in front of 100% capacity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. Like I said before, you know, I was stoked when the Jets moved up to get me because that means, you know, they wanted me. It's not like I fell to them. So, you know, when you get a team that really wants you, that just makes you want to play for them even more. Every single day, come in to camp, you know, it's a game, just, you know, working your butt off. And then, like you said, working with Mekhi Becton on that left side, that's going to be a good deal. I'm going to love that. You know, I met him in person the other day. He's a lot bigger than than he looks on social media. I ain't gonna lie. So, we're gonna try to be dominant on that left side. Open up the holes and protect Zach back there. And it's gonna be crazy. I'm excited for it.
Zach, how about you? When you not only probably knew when you were going to get picked, because that seemed to be the worst kept secret in the draft, that you were going to go number 2. So I'm sure when you got that call, it wasn't that much of a surprise. But then later on in the first round, seeing the investment the Jets made to go up and get on Alijah Vera-Tucker to help protect you. I mean, now that you've got, you see they're trying to surround you with as much help as they can possibly give you. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it was nice. My situation was obviously a little different. I was expecting to go there. There's rumors of it. But in my head, I never really wanted to 100% think, I'm going to go to the Jets, because I didn't ever want to assume. And then on draft day, something else happened. So it was still an emotional experience for me, because I was super excited to go second overall was a dream come true. And then also go to a great team like the Jets, an ownership that wants to win, coaches that want to win. And then also to see, some of the other picks that they made with Alijah Vera-Tucker and then Elijah Moore and then Michael Carter, 3 offensive guys in a row, just shows the commitment that they have for me. We got a young team. We got guys that are giving it everything they have. So I think the future is just bright for us.
And Jamien, how about you? Your reaction when you found out you were a New York Jet?
My reaction was crazy. I got drafted in the 5th round. So, just for me, it felt like the walls were like coming in on me, like the door was closing. And then, I got that call from New Jersey as well. And then, it just felt like my dreams finally came true. Once my name popped up on the TV, my family went crazy, Then it just was a surreal moment as well. Like, the tears came out, it just felt like I finally get my chance to show who I actually am at the biggest level.
No. Jamien, now you play the same position I play. So, and it looks like the philosophy inside of this draft for the Jets were to get guys that, have versatility, that maybe can play safety, hybrid positions. When you look at Robert Saleh and his defense, just being in OTAs for the first couple of days, how excited are you to be in this system? And how do you see yourself, being in this system and some of the nuances of it? How excited are you about the game plan of it?
Honestly, I'm very excited. When they mentioned linebacker to me, it was kind of different. I've been playing safety at Auburn, but, just the way they run their defense, with Slaughter, it's just really like trying to defend the pass, getting depth, dropping back in the hook. So, I feel like Coach Rudy, Coach Britt, Coach Saylor have an awesome game plan for us, and even like with the guys in front of me, like CJ and JD, they're always there to help. It's a competition at the end of the day, but they're like bigger brothers. We only been around each other for a little while, but, whenever I need help, they help. And, like the coaches are always there. And like I said, I feel like the game plan for us is like really to just go out there and attack.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long history of this game of linebackers, safeties playing linebackers. It's always easy to move up. I don't know if you realize that Derek Brooks, Hall of Famer, was a safety in college as well. Brian Urlacher was also a safety as well. You think about Barron and myself, I was a safety in college as well. So, I mean, it's a smooth transition. The game is changing, and you're going to have a lot of opportunities to make some big plays, to be able to play in space.
Most definitely. Like you said, like just like the transition, and they're looking for versatile guys. Like me and Hamsah, guys who play safety, we can come down in the box. We're both pretty big and athletic. So, I mean, just being able to guard like tight ends, you got huge ones in this league now. And you got people like Kyle Pitts, so it's just like having those athletic linebackers to be able to match up with guys like that, make tackles in space, just make plays all around.
All right, I think we had another question from a season ticket holder there. How about John in section 335?
Hey, way to keep me on cue, because, sometimes I start talking defense, I kind of lose my way. We got John in section 335. What are you guys looking forward to most about playing in MetLife Stadium?
Zach, why don't you lead us off?
Yeah, I think it really goes back to just the passion and energy that these fans have. I got a taste of it the other day when I was at the Islanders hockey game. They only allowed a half, maybe a third of the attendance they would normally. And, it was still rocking. It was still loud. So, I'm excited for what it's going to be like when we got that whole stadium packed. We have some passionate fans that are really looking forward to the future and what's to come with this team. So, I think it's going to be exciting just to walk out and kind of, take a look around and just absorb it all in.
Yeah, Elijah, when you found out it was going to be full capacity, and you're going to have every seat potentially filled this year at MetLife Stadium, what are you looking forward to the most about that?
Yeah, I was juiced up, when they kind of announced that a couple days ago. My family, after I got drafted to the Jets, like, they look up everything, has to do with the Jets. And one of the things that popped up was, like, how loud the stadium gets and, how crazy the fans get for us. And just watching that video, I mean, like, that made me hyped. I'm excited to go out there, on the first game day here, hear that crowd. Like I said before, the passion, and they love this team. So, it's going to be crazy, going out there, playing in front of a full crowd. And, just to be honest, I can't wait. Like, I can't really express to you guys how much, how excited I am for it.
Yeah, they will be ready to cheer you guys on. I guarantee that. How about Catherine in section 113 has a question?
All right, Catherine. What would be your biggest challenge when it comes to being in New York, in the New York spotlight? And what are you up for the challenge? I guess we'll start with Zach for that one. We know that spotlight's coming. I was here with Sanchez, and by week 2, he was on the cover of GQ magazine. Like, what the hell is this going?
Yeah, the GQ magazine. Yeah. I mean, that's a Mark Sanchez kind of thing. I'm excited. I think playing quarterback, no matter what NFL team you're playing for, you're going to be in the spotlight no matter what. Definitely a big market that New York has. So, it's going to be even more, but it's going to be a challenge anywhere you play. So it's something I've signed up for, when I chose to be a quarterback growing up. And, I really don't think it'll be too big of an issue. You just keep your circle small. You listen to the guys around you, your coaches, and you keep getting better. No matter what anyone says, we're living the dream. We get to play football for a living. So our life is, it's pretty good.
Jamie,
can I stop for a second?
Yeah.
I want to make sure, because I'm an OG, I want to give you the best advice I can. Outside of maybe Dallas, it is nothing like being a quarterback in the city of New York, man. Get your popcorn ready and enjoy the ride, because it's going to get crazy, bro. I mean, they're going to be grading your damn warm-up throws. I'm telling you, it's serious. It's crazy, man. So I just want to let you know, pump your brakes. You can't call nobody but maybe Dak to ask him what it's like.
I got you. I'll be ready for it.
No doubt. I got no doubt in it.
Hey, Jamie, I want to throw this one at you as well. I mean, you played at Auburn. You're playing in the Iron Bowl. You're playing in front of 90,000, 100,000. So sometimes I have these conversations with my buddies from New York that think the NFL is the only football out there. And I let them know, yeah, it's New York. Yeah, it's the #1 media market in the country. But these guys have come from places where there are a few people there that care about football. So do you think it helps you make the transition to the NFL and playing in a full NFL stadium, the fact that you're coming from a place like Auburn where you're going to get 80, 85, 90,000 at your home games every single week?
Most definitely. So, like, having, like, that many people at your games, it just, like, basically gets you used to the crowd noise. But, like, being on the field, you're usually able to tune it out. But, playing in games like the Iron Bowl or, like, playing in a game like LSU or Georgia, the oldest rivalry in the South, having those fans behind your back, like, makes you play even harder. It, like, boosts you up. For me, definitely, like, I thrive off the stadium. So it's like when you guys asked that last question, like, going to play in MetLife Stadium, I'm ready to hear the Jets do their thing, like the JETSS. Like I said, I thrive off it. Like, I'm just ready to play in front of them.
That's awesome. All right, we got a question from Gregory in section 123, and this one is for Elijah. Do you feel that there's more pressure on a high first-round pick who's expected to come in and protect someone who was the #2 overall pick? Got a little extra pressure on your shoulders knowing you got a pretty, in the spotlight quarterback that you're going to be blocking it up for?
Yeah, no, I've had that question asked a lot. But for me, I mean, I don't really feel like, it's a whole lot of pressure. I knew the draft drafted me for a reason. That was to create holes on the left side and protect Zach back there doing his thing. And, that's something that, I showed I could do, my 2 years playing at SC. So, for me, it's not really too much pressure. I don't really think about that a lot. I say for me, I just go out there and do my thing like I've been doing. So, yeah.
See, the babyface assassin got to feel good about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, they will not touch you, Mr. Blake. I got you. You know what I'm saying? We're going to protect that pretty face. Well, I got a question. We have a question for Zach specifically from Gabe in section 128. And Gabe wants to know, Zach, what would you consider a successful first season for you? Do you put numbers on it? Is it a win-loss thing? What benchmarks or goals do you set for yourself in your first year?
Yeah, well, that's tough. That's a tough question to ask. You know, I mean, if you really look across the NFL, right, out of 32 teams, 31 are disappointed every single year. So it's hard to really judge, what success is. And I think that's what's so amazing about the NFL game is, you can struggle one year and not do well, but, then you're hungry for the next year and you keep getting better. And then all of a sudden you win a Super Bowl and now you're hungry to win another one. So, I mean, you're always itching to have more. And I think that's a tough question to answer. I don't know if I can really give an exact answer on what, success would be. I think it would just be, how I feel like we perform as a team. If we're growing, if we're getting better, we're developing, we're learning each and every week. I think that's, a sign that we're making improvement and having success.
Well, that would be positive, certainly for an offense that struggled last season. All right, we got John K., section 117. Jamien, I'm going to start you off with this one. What team are you most looking forward to playing against this year, and why?
I'm going to just say, probably the Jags or the Denver Broncos, just because one of my best friends played for the Jaguars, Daniel Thomas. He's a safety for them. We went to Auburn together. So, just being able to, just someone that I looked up at Auburn, he was in front of me when I first got there. He really taught me the ropes. So, now I get to play against him in the big leagues. So, that'd just be surreal. It's like playing against one of your best friends. It's like stuff you dream of. And also, I have a cousin that played for the Denver Broncos and Justin Simmons, he's really a role model in our hometown. And, it's just the fact that obviously everybody knows he signed a big contract, it's like he made it. It seems like, it's just someplace that I want to be one day, in his shoes. And, I'm excited to play against him as well.
So I'm glad you said that, because usually when you play against people that you got to dog them more than the people that you don't know, because in the offseason, you're going to be around them, and it's going to be people that y'all know in common that's going to say, yo, he got you, dog. So if you see, listen, Justin got too much cheese. He got too much money. He's not going to be on special teams. But your other boy in the Jaguars is going to be playing special teams. So if the play calls for the kill shot, are you willing, capable, and ready to take the kill shot on your boy?
I tell him every day, I'm coming for him, I don't know what special teams I'm going to be on yet.
All of them. You're linebacker, all of them.
I pray and hope so, but, I remind him every day, get ready. You better be lifting this off summer, this off season, I'm coming. He's big on his faith and stuff, so, I be joking around.
Well, tell him to pray to Jesus if you don't send him night-night.
No, most definitely.
Elijah, did you take a look at the schedule? And any games jump out at you that you're looking forward to specifically?
Yeah, every game I'm excited for, but the two games I'm really excited for against Miami, the Dolphins. I got two old teammates, one from college, my left tackle, who's there right now. Then also another teammate from high school who just got drafted there. So yeah, it's gonna be one I'm excited for. I'm gonna definitely talk my stuff throughout the week. And we play them, 2 times in 1 year, so we definitely gonna keep eyes on those games.
Yeah, y'all gotta keep score, right? You gotta keep score if y'all gonna be beefing in the division.
All right, I think we got one more video question. This one from Sean in section 318.
Hey guys, Sean Thorson here, lifelong Jets fan. Looking forward to watching you guys play on Sundays. As Jets fans, one of our favorite things to do at MetLife Stadium is to tailgate in the parking lot. So I'm just curious, could each of you fill us in on what your favorite barbecue or tailgate food might be?
All right. So maybe you guys get invited to the tailgate after the game. Zach, we'll start with you. What is your favorite? Have you ever been to a tailgate? I've never been to a tailgate. It always looks like the people tailgate are having an amazing time.
I've never been there either.
I know. We're always working.
Somebody's going to make chili. Somebody's making chili.
But Zach, if you were to be able at some point to go to a tailgate, what are we cooking?
Yeah, I've never even been to a tailgate, I don't think, just because I've always been playing whenever they're, doing some stuff like that. But, just typical barbecue food. I picture, steak and chicken and, probably some rice, some vegetables, whatever, snacking food, some candy, whatever. And then obviously some good drinks. And you're going to have your different sodas, Gatorades, I'm sure.
Gatorade?
For me.
You're over 21, right? It's okay, man. It's okay. You're over 21.
Hey,
you don't have to say,
now.
you can't say you drink Snapple.
I drink Gatorade.
There you go.
Gatorade.
Yeah, trust me, at Jet tailgates, there's tons of soda and Gatorade.
Yeah,
that's all they drink.
Yeah, that's all we got. It's no alcohol.
There's other stuff too, but not for me.
But I tell you what, I guess the better thing about the barbecue, what most people always want to know, do you have dry rub? Are you a dry rub guy? Are you the South Carolina, like vinegar-based sauce, or are you the brown sugar-based sauce?
Why are you looking at me?
Because you always on the road. I know you eat plenty of barbecue.
Yeah, you can look at me. You can tell I like it all. I'm not really.
If they got brisket, I'm a big brisket
There you
guy.
go.
Okay. You got the end. You want the ends?
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, Jamien, you're from barbecue country down there. If you go to Auburn, so tell me, if you're at a tailgate, what are we cooking?
Mac and cheese, baked beans, ribs, potato salad, possibly. Just the main things for real down there.
All right, you keep eating like that, you're gonna be a nose guard.
That's all right. Still make plays there too.
All right, and Elijah, like at an SC tailgate, do we get like the Mexican going? They're probably like cooking up, right? You're probably gonna get like the enchiladas going at a good SC tailgate.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I mean, I never went to no tailgate besides like when I was younger, going to games and stuff with my family. I say like whoever had the tacos, whoever had the taco guy.
There you go.
I'm there. That's ASAP.
Guys, thanks so much for doing this. We appreciate it. A little window into what you guys are like as people, I think, is a treat for the season ticket holders that will all be out there cheering for you when we finally get back to MetLife Stadium. So thanks for doing this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Look forward to meeting you guys in person as well. This is a good group. And you know what? That was a good last question, right? When I'm coming to the stadium, all the people that are tailgating, they all look like they're having a blast.
Nobody ever handed you a bratwurst or something on your way in?
No.
Damn.
No.
I've never been to one either. You know what I mean? I've never went to you know what? I don't think I've ever went to a football game
that you weren't playing in or part of or working or right.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, maybe something. Maybe we can get 2 tickets sometime.
Yeah,
you and me.
When we gonna get a day off? We working on game. Okay, we'll figure it out.
All right. Hey, hopefully all of the season ticket holders that joined us for this event enjoyed it. We did, and we're looking forward to not only getting to know these guys better, but getting to be back out at the stadium with all of you when football season finally returns, and we're at a full football stadium with all the fans there. Because we really missed you this year.
Well, I hope everybody watching got some insight to the personalities, the men behind the face masks, because that's really what it's all about. Behind those jerseys, behind those helmets are people, and they're all uniquely different. And that's the beauty of a team when you got a bunch of individuals coming together as one.
Yep, we enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll see you on opening day at MetLife Stadium this year, Jet fans.